When pedaling on a flat, if you'll notice, one of the things you want to do is keep your knees in the top tube of the bike. You want your knees to almost brush it each time. You want to have a direct line of the hip over the knee, over the ball of the foot. They should never be out of line. So as I'm riding away, you can see that the hips are not rotating. The knee is directly underneath the hip and directly above the ball of the foot. While descending, it's very important to keep your body position where you have control of the bike. I always try to keep my hands up on the brakes so that I have the ability to brake at any time. Second, I'm not gripping tightly with my hands. I'm letting my hands absorb some of the shock, and I try to get my pedals at 3 o'clock and 6 o'clock with my knees pinched on the top tube and my upper thighs are pinching the saddle to keep the bike from moving around. But I'm not actually sitting on the saddle. I'm letting the legs work as shock absorbers on the way down and to help guide me as I make the turn. While ascending, the first technique is a seated ascending technique. And what I want to do is sit back on the saddle, drop my heels slightly. I grab the upper part of the bars and let my hips rotate. Now this is one time you do want to rotate the hips slightly because I want to drop the heel as far as I can and let the leg, the upper leg, the big part of the upper leg and the glutes do all the work on the way up. And while doing the standing ascent, you can see I stand up. I have my hands out as wide as I can get them on the brake covers. And the other thing I'm doing is, as I'm climbing, I'm allowing the bike to sway slightly side to side. That's a personal preference. Some people like to hold their bike frame very steady. I like to throw it a little bit side to side. It's just personal preference, but that gives you a nice brake and it kind of rests the thighs a little bit.